What's up, Enduro guys? This is your program for the 28th of July. And we're going to move on from last week. This is your final week of rear foot elevated split squats. So make it count. So whatever you've done in the previous weeks, this should be your max out day, where you've got plenty of weight in that front rack position and all of the functionality through the hip, the range, the stability, nice positions at the bottom, so big stretch through the back and a drive up. You can reduce the reps, so 8 to 12 reps this week, with the priority being on as heavy as you can. You're going to do 4 sets of that and test yourself. Part B, day 1. You're going to need 2 dumbbells, reasonably heavy, but it's going to be a long workout. It's going to be 18 minutes. As far as you can by doing 1 dumbbell thruster, then leave the dumbbells on your shoulder, walk 10 meters, turn, 1 dumbbell deadlift, walk 10 meters, turn, 2 dumbbell thrusters, keep them on your shoulder, walk, and keep going for a full 18 minutes. That's going to be super testing, so good for the grip, loads going on with your core and your shoulders. Great workout. Then you'll be all nice and warm, at least 5 minutes rest, and then you do death by burpees. So 1 burpee on minute 1, rest the remaining time, 2 burpees on minute 2, rest, and so on. See how far you can get. And if you've seen the video already, I think Adam got to 18 reps. So there's a challenge. 18 reps or over, then send us a message. It'd be cool to hear from you. And that's it for day 1. Day 2, part A, lunge press. We did this last week. It's really important that you get familiar with this. You can use a little bit more weight than you did. So priority last week was on how it felt to be in this position, pressing 7 times round. This week, you can test yourself with a little bit heavier, supersetting that with ring rows. So the ring rows you're going to do between 8 and 12 reps, but you're going to pause at the top. We don't have any rings set up, it doesn't matter. If you parallel on a box, pull yourself so that your thumbs are towards your armpits and your elbow is bent more than 90 degrees, or as a minimum 90 degrees. Pause in that position for 3 to 5 seconds, come back down under control, come back up to the top. If you struggle, you can take your feet off a box and you can do it on the floor. So the closer your feet are to underneath you, the easier the movement. But still remember to get that range and test yourself on it. And that's part A done. Part B is going to be 400 meter run, 12 pull-ups, as many rounds as you can in 20 minutes. So last week we did toes to bar, this week we're doing pull-ups. If you like, you can do kipping pull-ups. So if you've got it, a good technique through the hips, then great. But you must ensure that you can do strict pull-ups first before you do kipping pull-ups, and that you're fully under tension through your shoulder throughout the whole movement. So no flapping around causing yourself any kind of injuries, because we're not about doing fast reps for the sake of it. We're about quality reps, strength and conditioning, reasonably safe, so that you guys can continue riding. You're not going to fuck yourself in the gym. So that'll be testing cardiovascularly, very testing on the grip. Great to have these pull-ups during an intense workout. If you don't have, you don't want to run and you have a rowing machine, that's going to be even better on the grip, more fatiguing, but be careful in case it does affect your pull-ups. So it'd be good to be able to swap it out, maybe with a static bike, even riding outside. And that's it for part B. And day 3, this is going to be massive. So test yourself on the weight. If you struggle with a barbell on thrusters, by all means use dumbbells. So what we're looking for is a good quality squat into press 7 times on the minute, every minute for 10 minutes. It's going to be testing, so make sure that whilst you're going through, you have a selection of dumbbells, at least 2 lots. So if you feel compromising your shoulder, I'd rather you went a bit lighter and added some reps. So you probably go up to 10 or 12 reps if you don't feel stable and you want a little bit more of a cardio boost. But ideally, the weight's going to be the effective part of this movement if you get it right. That's it, part A. Part B, dumbbells. So you're going to have 2 dumbbells. You're going to step onto the box, left leg. Left leg stays on, right leg. Right leg stays on, and you're going to do as many as you can within the first 2 minutes. So you're going to stop, because you're going to still have these dumbbells in your hands. You're going to drop down and do 3 devil press. 1. 3 devil press, and then continue with your box step overs. So really, there's no need to let go of those dumbbells until you've done 100 total box step overs. It's going to be pretty brutal. Good luck. Part C of day 3 is simply a recovery row or spin out to get your legs moving. It's a good time to do some of the red flag area mobility work. So if you thick into some of the core work that we've been sending, should be doing these at the end of workouts or completely separate days. But don't prioritize that if you feel like you're getting stiffer as you go along. Core's great, but mobility is really, really important and very underrated. So make sure that you keep up on that before you prioritize your core work. And that's it for day 3. Day 4 is going to be the same as previous week. Johnny will probably edit that in so that you get a quick overview of what you do with the openers. So to start with a tiny plate, just to get a little bit of feedback, start with your good arm hanging out to the side. So what we're trying to do with this is to take off weight from your traps up here, put them down into your lats. So tensing your obliques against your lats, using your spare hand to touch yourself and see what's firing. Once you feel your lats on, if you feel your lats on, make sure your traps are off by giving it a wiggle, nice and soft, and then simply moving like a bicep curl this weight. So the purpose of this is to get full external rotation through, so we've got good mobility gaining in the shoulder, and you're reinforcing that your lat and your pec, these are stabilizing your shoulder and not your trap. So you're going to do 12 to 15 reps, each side 3 times round. Then moving on to something similar, but a little bit different, onto a bench, practicing again. Obliques fired, lats on, 2 plates overhead, tuck your chin. Now you're going to focus on more your pecs now, so pecs stabilizing against your lats. From here, reach, you come back to a point where you feel like you can't go any further without displacing your shoulder and going soft or displace your spine. And then from here, come back up, breathe out, and back down, back up. You're going to do between 10 and 15 reps, 3 times round with plenty of rest. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. It's really good for awareness around the shoulder, what muscles are actually doing what. And then, my favorite opener of all time, the Jefferson squat. So barbell, start light. You're going to do it 3 times each side. So right foot is going to be pointing forwards on the other side of the bar. Left foot here, you're going to take right hand palm out, left hand behind like a broomstick, if you've ever ridden a broomstick. Then from here, chest nice and tall. You're going to push your knees out as far as you can, keeping your chest as tall as you can. Obliques, obliques, obliques. Squatting, squatting, squatting. Knees out. Oh. And then come back up. Take a breath. And then go back down, nice and steady. Thinking about that bottom position. You do between 3 and 6 reps. Then you're going to swap sides. So swap which foot's forwards. Do the same again. It's a really, really good movement for mobility through the hips. And again, linking that core to what's happening in your legs and your hips. So really important as riders that we have this linking of the shoulder and core, hips and core, then you're a functioning, well-rounded athlete. And then you're going to finish off with where you've identified red flag areas in your mobility. And maybe if some of those are around your shoulders and hips, after doing those openers, you might see a difference already. But attack those red flag areas that you've identified in your mobility work or screening and spend some time on that, and you can finish off with a 10-minute, nice and steady row, run, cycle, anything you like. And that's that. So, as always, send us emails, messages. We try and get back to you quickly. Some emails have been getting a bit lost, and I'll hold my hands up. That's entirely my fault for being shit. But try me on multiple things. So email me, follow it up with an Instagram message, and then I'll try and check over. We're in this transition phase where we're doing some website work. So it's going to be a busy time, but hopefully the service will continue to improve. So we don't expect any downtime. We're very excited about some of the content that's going to be coming your way as subscribers to the program. If you've got anything that you particularly want to see involved in the programs, then send us a message with that information on, and that might contribute to having a better overall service for everyone. And that's it for this week. So happy gymming, happy riding. It's your time, make it count. Become a more winner rider, blah, blah, blah. See you next week. Peace.
1, 2, 3, listen.